This conference will now be recorded.
Sir, we are not able to hear your voice, sir.
Hello, hello. Hello. Can you able to hear now? Is it okay? Okay, then we will continue. So it's an open source, isn't it? We'll be downloading python.org from here. We'll be downloading our open source Python software. Okay. So from downloads, you can see here Python, Python from the python.org. If you click on downloads, you can see here Python 3.8.3 is the latest version. We need to click on this to download. Okay. And releases, all releases, you can see the previous releases, previous versions. So from here you can see all the previous versions. Okay. So these are all the previous versions. For example, if I done the project at this time, if I done my project at this time, I mean this version with this version, Python 3.7.4 version, if I done the project, okay. So I need to check whether it is 3.7.5 is the latest version. What is the latest version after the last digit? Okay, last digit latest version I need to check. Okay, so 7, after 7 I need to check this letter. This is 4, isn't it? I need to check 3.7.6 is the latest version and 3.7.7 is the latest version and 3.7.7 is the latest version. If I want to do the same project, if I want to repeat the same project or program, what I am supposed to do? I need to download this software. I need to download this latest software. If I done the software at the 3.7.4 version, if I done the software at this time, I need to download this software, latest version software right now. This software I need to download and perform my operations. I can do like this. Okay. So this is the downloads button and this is the latest version. So if you go, if you see Python 3.8.3 is the latest version. If I download this, it will be coming like this. I'll be showing you. I'll be showing you how to download and how to install, save. Okay. So it was saved in my system. Now I'm going to install. It was already there in my system actually. Actually, it was not already there ideally. So if I type an ideally, you can see the latest version of my Python. 3.8.3 is already present in my system. It is already there. See here the Python version. Okay. So it is already present in my system. So even though I am downloading that, I want to show you how to install that. Okay. So Python 3.8 is the latest version. See here, note, you can see here, note that Python 3.5 plus cannot be used on Windows XP or earlier. Okay. So what does it mean? So previously, now we are not going to use the Windows XP operating system, isn't it? Or Windows 98, Windows XP. With these systems, we are not using right now. So this software, it won't be working on those things. Okay. So that is the thing we need to do. So again, the point is we will be having different versions. Okay. Different versions. I will be showing you in this video. We'll be having different versions. See here. From the python.org we will be downloading this. Okay. And now see here, we will be having two different versions. Okay. Python and Python 3. Python is different from Python 3. So if you see here, Python will be from starting versions to the 2.9.9 version, we will be calling it as a Python. Okay. If you search in the internet also, you will find the same thing. I mean, the versions depending upon this versions 2.9.9 version till versions, it will be showing the packages, modules, all those things. It will be showing in this. Okay. And Python 3 will be 3.00. It will be starting from 3.00 to till date. Till date means the latest version is 3.8.3 version. Latest version, isn't it? Now Python 3 is different from Python. So how it will be different? The keywords, if you search in the internet, okay, if you search in the internet, you will be seeing the different keywords. So Python in the Google, if you search for the Python is different. Python is different. It will be getting only the latest info. It won't be getting any latest information. The packages and modules, all those things, it will be coming under Python till date starting to 2.9.9 version till date. It will be coming. Okay. If you type the Python 3, the keyword Python 3, you will be getting the latest version. Python 3 version, you will be getting all the things, latest versions you will be getting. So that is the difference between Python and Python 3. So I explained this in this. Okay. Now, 3.8.0 version is 100% compatible on all supporting data sciences packages. Data science packages we can be using. We'll be using all those data science packages. Okay. Now the packages and modules, whatever we are using in this, we can see all this in the data sciences. 3.8.0 is the latest version. We can use it for, it is compatible, 100% supportable for the data science projects. So we need to use this. If we want to use the data science projects, we need to use this. Now we are going to install Python. See here, I have installed Python and upgrading this. So you can see all the steps in the video. In the video, you can see all the steps. So that we are installing that, upgrading that. Okay, while installing, we'll be getting one symbol, add to path. Add to path, we will be getting one symbol, and we will be coming to see all those things. I will be seeing you. I will be showing you all those things. Don't worry. Okay. I'll be showing all those things right now. Okay. While it was installed. Okay. So Python 3.3 is in my system right now. Python. If I type in Python, we can see the what are the versions present in my systems. I'm having Python 3.8, isn't it? Python 3.6, Python 3.7. Okay, these are the different versions I'm having right now. Okay, so we can have n number of versions in our system. Okay, we can have even 2 version also, 2.6.7 like that. Any version will be having that. You can see here 3.8 version I'm having, 3.7 version I'm having, 3.7 version I'm having. Okay, if you want to see in the control panel also, you can see. Okay, in the uninstall and installation, in that way, uninstalling, see here the program, so you can see the different versions. We can see. I want to show you that. Yeah, see here. Okay, this is the versions I am having in my Python, in my laptop. Python 3.2.7 also I'm having. Python 2.7, because I'm having some projects which will be working in that particular version, 2.7 version. Okay, so I'm using this Python 2.7. Now 3.6 version, 3.66 version, 3.7.4 version, 3.7.5 version, 3.8.3. This is the latest version. Okay, so this many types of versions I'm having in my system. Okay, I'm using all those things. Whenever we need, I will be using all this. So I want to show you one thing. If I just click on Python, if I just click on Python, we'll be showing all the files. See here, all the files we can see. Okay, see here Python 3.8 version we can see, and if you click on, if you open any of them, any one of them, just wait, I want to show you Python. Here is a Python in my system. Yeah, okay, see here, so these are all the different versions we are having in my system. I'm having in my system. If you open this, you can see the 4 different files, 4 different apps we can see. Okay, what are those? IDLE, Python, Python 3.8 manuals, 3.8 modules. So manuals and modules we don't be using directly, we don't be using, it will be connected to our system. So here we can see the Python 3.8 and IDLE. These are the 2 different platforms we will be getting in our system. Okay, if I click on Python 3. I clicked on Python 3.8 Python 3.8. This is the command based prompt, command based. I will show you how it will be working. So we'll be having 2 different versions in our system. Okay, one is Python and another one is Python and another one is IDLE. You can see here IDLE. Can you able to see me? Okay, IDLE. If I click on IDLE, it will be IDLE, and this is the Python, only Python. Okay, so here you can see the same thing, the version, Python version you can see here 3.8.3 version, and this is the tag versions names and the date which when it is released. You can see the date. This is the latest version, May 13, 2020, and time you can see. And also you can see some more things, some of the things. What are the some more things we are seeing on this? 1 minute. Okay, you can see here 32-bit. You can see here 32-bit Intel. Intel means hardware. This is my hardware present in my laptop. Intel 32-bit on Windows 32 means Windows operating system 32-bit. 32-bit Windows operating system, it is working. It is taken. Okay, we will be having 2 different versions, isn't it? 2 different versions, 32 version and 64. I think you are aware of that. Okay, I will show you. I will show you that. Okay. This is 64-bit. My system is 64-bit. You can see the, you can see my computer, my PC. If you right click on this, you can see the 64-bit, isn't it? My system type is 64-bit operating system. 64-bit. Here you can see the 64-bit, isn't it? So that is the thing. 64-bit. So it is taking as a 32-bit. 32-bit operating system. 32-bit operating system. Okay, and Windows 32 means operating system. Operating system version is also 32-bit, and Intel 32 means 32 hardware. Okay, now this is used for command prompt. Only one thing we can use. Directly we can use one thing. For example, print. For example, I want to print something. Welcome to Python. Okay, so it will be printing like this. We can use even single quotation also. Welcome to Python. We can use single quotation also. It will be coming like this. Output will be coming at the next line. We have discussed on previous class, isn't it? So line by line execution, it will be executed line by line. So we can see here print. We can use even semicolon also. Semicolon also termination we can use. No problem with that. Welcome to Python. We will be using semicolon. So it will be coming like this. So this will be used only for one line programming. One line programming. For example, for example, print, we can do like this. 9 plus 5, 4. You will be getting output like this. Otherwise, okay, so we can directly print like this. 1 plus 4. It will print like this. Okay, something I want to print plus minus 3. Minus 3. We will be getting output like this. It will be coming output like this. So only one line execution we can perform in this. Okay, one line execution we can perform in this. Welcome to Python. Only one line execution. One line execution will be performing in this. So I want to close this. This is called as a shell. Okay, this is called as a shell. Command based prompt. Okay, so this is the command based prompt. We use this Python print Python welcome to so it will be like this. Okay, this is the 32-bit. This is the command based prompt. Command based, and I want to use it the IDLE. IDLE is nothing but what is IDLE? Anybody? IDLE is integrated development learning environment. Integrated learning environment. So this is the DOS based prompt. Okay, two different environments will be getting. This is DOS based prompt. I'm closing this, and this is the IDLE. And when we want to write a program, what we are supposed to do? At least it will be 2 lines or 3 lines, more than one line or 2 lines. It will be more than so many lines. 2 lines, minimum 2 lines, isn't it? If you want to write a program, so we cannot write in a command based prompt. Just now we have seen we can type only one line in that, but whereas in this we need to write. It is a GUI based graphical user interface shell. We can write a program in this. So see here how to write a program, Python program. I am showing you first of all how to write a Python program. See here, first we need to open this shell. I will be going to open that again. Okay, from here also we can do Python. So Python, see here, this is the command based. Just now we have seen only we can type only one line. line by line we can do programming in this, only command based. This is ideally we are going to type this. Ideally it will be shown like this, it will be coming like this. Okay, will be coming like this. The same thing will be present in the command prompt as well as in the IDLE shell also. Shell, okay, GUI based graphical user interface. So here I can type only one print. I mean one line I can do. Here I can do only one line programming I can do. If I want to do the multiple lines programming, program contains at least more than 2 lines, one line, isn't it? So what I am supposed to do? So see here carefully, I am going to write a program. I'm going to write a program. So see here, file, okay, file, new file, go to the new file. In this we need to write a program. Okay, here I'm going to write a program like this. A is equal to some value, B is equal to some value, sum is equal to A plus B, print sum. Okay, I'm going to write this sum of two numbers. Simply see here how many lines it took. It took only 4 lines, 3 lines. These variables, apart from the variables, it took only 2 lines of coding. So here I am writing sum.py. We need to save the program with the .py extension. .py extension we need to save. Save this program. It was saved. See here the name it came, isn't it? We need to click on run module, and here we'll be getting output. Okay. Again I want to show you again I want to show you what we have done. I'm closing this. I'm opening the new program. See here, I want to write a program, file, new file, and write a code, whatever you want, you write a code. Okay, A is equal to some value, B is equal to some value I have given. Okay, sum is equal to A plus B. Okay, print sum. This is one program we are writing, and I'm saving. See here, file, save. I need to save with the name. With the name on the desktop. I am going to save the name with the desktop. Sum already we have taken sum1.py. Okay, it was saved, and again I am running this program. File, run module. If you click on run module, you will be getting the output for this program. This is the output you will be getting. This is the output we'll be getting in this shell program. Okay, I hope everybody is okay. You get my thing? I mean, can you able to understand? How to use Python? Okay, are you able to understand this, everybody? If you are having any doubts can ask me. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me immediately. I'll clarify your doubts. Okay, this is how we'll be doing. This is how we'll be doing this. So Python, if you see the Python, if you open the Python, you will be seeing all the things you will be seeing 4 things. Okay, Manuals and module documentation, no need, we don't be using directly. And this is the command based. If I click on this, it will be open like this, command based. And this is the ideally where we'll be writing all the programs, okay. We have seen both the things. And if you want to create a new program, file, new file, we'll be writing the code here, okay. Print, for example, I am writing some code, and we will be saving the file. We will be saying file, save, and we will be saving in the desktop sample.py. With the py extension we need to save, and we need to run the program, run module, okay. Output will be coming like this. This is how we'll be done, okay. Is it clear, everybody? Okay. Okay, next what we are going to see is we need to write a program like this in the Python, okay. So in this video I have explained everything. So you need to select the Python, wherever Python is there you need to select. So see here, these are the different versions in my thing. I have explained that. And again latest version is in the Python, and manuals, modules, Python, 4 things we will be presenting in that. We have just gone through them. We have seen all these things, isn't it? And here we are going to write a program. I have explained this, isn't it? Everything I have explained. Ideally. So what is ideally? Ideally is nothing but a integrated development learning environment. So here we are writing the code. Here we will be writing the code. So ideally is mainly based upon GUI based, graphical user interface, okay. Graphical user interface, it is based upon the graphical user interface. This is the command based, only one line we can execute here, okay. Whereas if you want to do the programming, okay, if you want to do the programming, what we are supposed to do, we need to do all the things. So now coming to the point, next point. So see here we have written a program, sample program here, okay. We can write like this, we can write a sample program like this. This many ways we can write the program, okay. We can put the semicolon, we can remove the semicolon, we can put the single quotation and double quotation also we can use. See, different ways we can write the program. So output will be the same. Don't worry, output will be the same, okay. So we need to save the program with the name. And we can execute like this. So we will be, Python technology is very simple language. Here I have explained the simple coding. This way we can do the simple coding. Now see the sum of two numbers. We have seen. So already we have seen this. And now I'm going to explain one more thing. So important thing. I want to explain a important thing. So whenever Python interpreter starts, so what does it mean? Python interpreter, how we will be knowing Python interpreter start? By seeing this symbol. By seeing the symbol, what symbol? 3 greater than symbols. By seeing this symbol, we can notice that Python interpreter starts. Whenever this Python interpreter starts, okay, automatically 1 GB of memory will be allocated. Dynamic memory will be allocated. 1 GB of dynamic memory will be allocated. So whatever will be whatever will be entering here, whatever will be passing here, so we will be getting output immediately. So this 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5, these values will be going into the 1 GB of memory, which is dynamic balloon. It is just like balloon. So balloon, how it will be working? So if you blow the air inside the balloon, it will be expanded. It will be expanded this much. And if you remove the balloon, the air inside the balloon, it will be coming to the normal position, isn't it? So likewise, the 1 GB of RAM, 1 GB, 1 GB of memory will be dynamic memory. 1 GB of dynamic memory will be allocated. Dynamic memory will be allocated to store all the values whatever we are passing in that program. So here, for example, 6 plus y, 6 plus 5, the 6 and 5 will be entered into the dynamic memory. So 6 plus 5, this will be entered into the dynamic memory. Okay, so dynamic memory, it will be entered into the dynamic memory. So likewise, the output will be coming immediately from the dynamic memory. So that is the essence of the first video. And coming to the next video, I'm going to explain the next video, data types. We are going to explain. So these examples I will be attaching today. Today's class I will be attaching all these examples. Okay, don't worry, you can go through them. So these are the examples of the first thing. You are having this yesterday. I have sent you this, and next class, see the next video. You will come to know what I have explained in this video. So in this video, I have explained the data types. Okay, data types in Python, huge difference. So if you see here, data types in Python, huge difference between other programming languages. It is Python, especially data types. Okay, so if you see here, the main difference is in the C. Okay, see here. So C will be writing an example like this. Data types will be writing like this. Integer, int of a is equal to 5, int of a. Okay, so it is a compiler based language, isn't it? What it will do, compiler, it will convert high level language to low level language. It will be converted high level language to low level language, isn't it? After that, low level language, it will be converting. What it will do, it will convert it into high level language to low level language. The code, after finishing the code again, it will be converted into high level language to English level language. It will be again converted into, the whole program will be running, and again it will be converted. So here I have explained, you can understand this. The data types is integer. For example, it will be allowed 2 bytes of memory, and after a is equal to 2 bytes of memory, so it will be named after a, the 2 bytes of memory. A is equal to, the values will be passing in the variables, it will be stored in the binary language, zeros and ones. So whatever number we will be entering in the a, for example, we can assign here we have assigned the a is equal to 5. Otherwise, if we don't assign, we just put int is equal to a, like this, int is equal to a. So a will be given from the keyboard. From the monitor, we will be giving the keyboard. Then the a will be allocated. A will be named after 2 bytes of memory, and in that 2 bytes of memory, that will be converted into zeros and ones, and it will be stored in that a. That will be stored in the a. So 5 will be stored in that a. It will be converted into zeros and memory, zeros and ones. So that is the main difference between that. Okay, that is the main difference. Are you getting me? Okay, you can see here. You can see here where A is the 2 bytes of memory which will be taken from the memory. That is the process will be done in C language, but in Python it will be entirely different. What is the difference between Python and C? We are going to see this. There is no memory restriction. We don't have any memory restriction. We don't have any fixed memory. We don't have any memory restriction. Okay. So we don't have any memory restriction. It is dynamic. So there is no memory problem. In Python, there will be no memory problem. Okay. Before we are going to discuss the data types, we need to know the difference between the data types. What are the differences between the data type? Data types in C. We will be comparing with the C language as well as with the Python. If you see here in C, we will be writing like this: int of A is equal to 5, or int of A, okay, where A is the 2 bytes of memory, will be storing, okay. So it will be like this, where the Python we don't need to write int. First point we need to remember like this. First point we need to remember, in Python we will be comparing with the both the things. Okay. See here, we don't declare data types before any variable. For example, in C we will be writing int of A is equal to 5, int A. But whereas in the C language, whereas we don't declare like this in the Python, we don't declare like this int of before the thing. Second point is it is recognized with the symbol. It is recognized with the symbol. In Python, variables are recognized with the symbols like this. Example, okay. So it will be recognized like this with the symbols. So this is the list data type. This is tuple data type, depending upon the brackets. Okay. It is a list data type. This is tuple data type. Okay. And next, coming to the dictionary, this is an example. A is equal to 5. We will be writing like this: A is equal to 5. So this is the list data type. For example, I will show you example. Don't worry about this. I will show you live example. Hash will be included for commenting. Commenting we will be using for hash. Okay. For single line, hello. Vani. తీసేసాను వాడిని. క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నా మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను. Hello, can you able to hear me? Okay, so we'll be writing a program. I will show you with the practical. Okay, so numbers data type. First, numbers data type. Numbers data type examples. A is equal to we can write like this: 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 2.5 comma 3 plus 5j. Okay, this is numbers data type. Print A. I can write like this. This is example for numbers data type. I'm showing you. We can write like this. At the interpreter, using the symbol, the Python will recognize the data type. Okay, and list data type. Example I'm showing you. In the tuple data type. Tuple data type. So set data type. Set data type. Dictionary. Okay, I am running this program. See here, output. This is the input and this is the output. See here, the numbers data type. See here, the numbers data type. No need of symbol. We can directly write like this. So no need of symbol. We can directly write like this. So numbers data type is the combination of three things. What are those? Number data type is the combination of integer, string, and complex number. See here, you can see the integer, string, integer, float. Float you can see, and complex numbers. It is the combination of three things. It is separated with the comma. No need of any symbol. You can directly use this number data type like this. Okay, no need of symbol. But list data type, see here, the next type is list data type L1. So it is denoted with the square brackets. It is denoted with the square brackets. You can see here square brackets. So 1 comma 2 comma 3, these are all the integers. It is the combination of integers, float, complex numbers, string and what else? String and character, single character. See here, this is a combination of integer, float, string, and character, complex numbers also. Okay, we did not include the float. We'll be including that. Okay, we can save it again and we can run the module. If you click on run the module, it will be running. So we'll be getting output. Here we can see the output. You can see the output. So this is the listed data type. And now coming to the tuple. Tuple, it is denoted with the curly braces. It is denoted with the parenthesis. You can see here, this is the tuple. So tuple data type we will be writing like this. Set duplicate values are removed. So one by one we are going to see all these properties, all the data types properties we are going to see. Then you will understand that. Okay, one by one I am going to explain all the properties of this data type. Okay, so this is an example. At the interpreter we can write like this. Numbers data type we can write like this. Okay, so numbers data type will write like this. We can write like this. I will show you live. List data type we can write like this. List data type we can write like this. Okay, with the square brackets we need to include the list data type. So what is the difference between the C program and the Python data types? What is the main difference between the C and Python? Remember some points. What we need to remember. First one is we don't declare data types before integers like this. Integer we don't declare. Okay, second point, what we must remember, second point is in Python variables it will be recognized using the symbols. Second point, it is represented with the symbols. Okay, so that is the 2 points we need to remember. So I hope you understood. I will be showing you example, then you will clearly understand. 1 minute. Yeah, see here. It is the combination of integer, float, and complex numbers. Okay. I recognize this data type is numbers. We're using the symbol. We don't have any symbol, so automatically it will be recognized. Coming to the list data type. See the properties of the list. It is the combination of all the data types. It contains integer, float, complex numbers, and strings. It is a complex numbers. It is a combination of all the data types. See here, all the data types we will be having here. Okay. This is an example. A is equal to, using the square brackets, we will be using this. Okay. Second point is, it is denoted with the symbol square brackets. And the third point is mutable. We can change the values in the list data type. We can change the values in the list data type. See here. Okay. So fourth point is, duplicate values are allowed. So I will be showing you all these properties. So tuple also, it is the combination of all the data types. Tuple. Next one is, it is represented with the symbol. Parenthesis, it is unchangeable, immutable. We cannot change the value. Immutable means if you declare one value, if you take the tuple, we cannot change the value unless we'll be using all the same values throughout the program and project. We will be using all the program throughout the project. Okay. So these are all the data types. I will be showing you live. See here, at first we got only 3 data types. Python, we got only 3 data types. We got some advantages in the data types and disadvantages. What are the advantages in the list and tuple? The advantages in list and tuple: list is mutable, immutable, and tuple is immutable. So these are the advantages. And disadvantages is duplicate values are allowed. Duplicate values are allowed. So see here, tuple is immutable, and disadvantages in the listed tuple are duplicate values are allowed. So that is a disadvantages. Okay. So now I am going to explain the properties. Here, see here, for numbers, now you will understand. Numbers properties are, okay, integer, it is allowed with the integer, float, and complex numbers. It is the combination of integer, float, and complex number. Combination of all the numbers, all the things, all the above. So numbers can be written like this. At the interpreter, a is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4.5 comma, so 3 plus 5j, like this. This is the numbers data type. It doesn't have any symbol. It don't have any symbol. Directly we can write like this. Directly we can write without any symbol. Without any symbol. Then we can write like this. So list data type. List data type is it is the combination of all the data types. It is the combination of all the data types. What are the combinations? Means integer, float, complex, and string, and char. It is the combination of, this is the combination of all the types. Example we are going to see. Example in the list data type we have seen already. Okay, a is equal to, using the square brackets, so list will be used with the square brackets. Square brackets, we can write like this: 1 2 3. Okay, 3.5. This is the float, and complex numbers. Okay, 4 plus 5j, and string, double quotations we can use, string, and char, single quotation we can do. This is the complex number. We have seen this example right now, isn't it? So if you want, I will show you this numbers data type. Practically I will be showing you. And the third point is changeable. We can change the values. So if I want to change this value, remove this value, I can remove. If I want to insert the value, I can insert in the list. In the list, I can do both the things. Okay. Hello. Vani. అవలేదు ఏ చెయ్యి అక్కడ ఆన్సర్స్ ఉంటాయి నేను తీసేసాను చూపిస్తాను నేను క్లాస్లో మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను So it will be like this. I will be showing you the example. Third point in the list properties is, third point is mutable. Mutable means we can change the values, change the item values in the list. We can change the item values in the list. So fourth point is, fourth property in the list is, what is the fourth property in the list? Duplicate values are allowed. Okay, we have seen all those things. I will show you practically. I will show you the list data type, how it will be working. First one, numbers data type. A is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4.5 comma 5 j. So print bracket a or a, it will print like this. See the numbers data type. So list is equal to, what we are supposed to do, we need to specify using the symbols, isn't it? 1 comma 3 comma 4 comma, duplicate values are also allowed. So we can use like this, list data type. Okay, so we will be using the string and char also. We will be using single letter char. Okay, a is equal like this, print up a, otherwise print. It will be printing like this. See here, it will print. Can you able to hear me? Hello. Can you able to hear me? Print S. So here you can see the print S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Duplicate values are eliminated. It is eliminated in the set. See here, this is the data types we will be using. Now I am going to show you. Now I am going to show you the live. So we can write like this. Even single number we can write, or hello, can you able to hear me? We can write like this: x is equal to one value, print x is equal to like this. It will otherwise print x. We can write like this. It will be printing like this. Are you able to hear me? Okay. So y is equal to, so that is float, isn't it? Y it will print like this. Z is equal to 1j. Okay, z is equal to, it will print like this. So this is the numbers data type. We will be using like this. We can use the numbers. This is an example. We can use the numbers data type like this. Okay, and float. This is an example for the float. Okay, we can write like this: x is equal to 1.10. So x is equal to, it will print the value like this. So if you print x of type of x, if you want to print the data type, what data type it is, if you want to know the what data type, you can print the float. You can see the output like this, class of float. It will show like this. Output it will show like this. Okay, it will show the output. Type of x means what data type it is. It will show the what data type it is. It will show like this. So x is equal to some value I am printing. Print type of class of int. Okay, it will be printing like this. See here, it will be printed like this. Now coming to the complex numbers. Complex numbers also will be that same. These are all the complex numbers we have learned in the 10th class, isn't it? 10th class we have learned the complex numbers. That will be like this. So it can be combination of three things. And next, coming to the list data type examples, we are going to see the list data type examples. So these are all the data types: list, tuple, and dictionary. We are going to see them. List data type. See here example. See the list data type example. List of, okay, this list we can use single letter or we can use multiple, like string like this. Okay, here we are entering the apple, comma, banana, comma, cherry. Okay, so this is the listed data type. Okay, so this list, if I put this list, it will print the list. Otherwise print this list, it will print like this. Output will be printed like this. Okay, you can see the thing. Now I want to replace the list with another number. We can replace that. Okay, so we can see the example for the tuple. Tuple also I want to show you example. I want to show you the example for the tuple. See here, this tuple is equal to apple, comma, banana, comma, cherry. Okay, this tuple, if you just put this tuple, it will be coming like this. Output will be coming like this. Now print this tuple, it will print like this. Okay, so these are the data types. These are the different data types we will be using. Tuple and sets. For example, if you see the set example, we can see here example for the set. So this set is equal to, curly braces will be using apple, comma, banana, comma, cherry. Okay, this set, it will be printing like this. Otherwise print this set, it will print like this. Okay, so for loop, we will be using for loop. I will be showing you, don't worry about that. And dictionary, see the dictionary data type, it will be printing like this. Dictionary, if you click the dictionary, so this dictionary, see here, this dictionary equal to, we'll be using the same column thing. Okay, brand column is equal to, this is key and this is value, comma, model, okay, print this dictionary. What it will do, it will be printing like this. Okay, so key and value, brand is the key and Ford is the value, model is the key, year is the key, and Mustang is the value, 1964 is the value. This will be the dictionary. So these are all the data types. Okay, now we are going to see the operations on data types. We are going to see all the operations on the data types. You need to practice this, all the operations. Python examples, see here, you need to practice this link. I will be providing this link to you. You need to practice this link. You need to open this and practice the link. So these are all the operations which will be done in the list data type. See here, create a list. If you click on this, it will be we are creating a list. It will be the output. Okay, and accessing the list item. We can access the list item. We want to just display the one first zero, one indexing, 0 and 1. Apple is the 0 indexing, one is the next indexing, 0 1. It starts with 0. Indexing in Python starts with 0. 1 is the next banana and 2 is the cherry. 0 1 2 indexing. So indexing means index numbers. Indexing means index numbers. It starts with 0. It starts with 0. Okay. So here in this example, if you see here in this example, apple, banana, and cherry. In this example, apple is in 0 index. Comma, banana is in 1 index, and cherry is in 2 index. Okay, so the value in the 0 index is value item value in 0 index. 0 index is apple. Okay, item in 1 index is banana. Okay, item in 2 index is cherry. So that is how it will be. So here print 1, print this list of 1. What does it mean? So banana it will display. It will display only banana. Access this item. See the example. This will be displayed only banana. Change the value of the list item. We discussed already in the list what we can do. Mutable. It is mutable. We can change the values. Okay. List is mutable, isn't it? List property is mutable. That is changeable. We can change the values. List property. Okay. Here if you want to change the value of the list item. So in the one place indexing banana, instead of banana, I want to replace with the black currant. Can I? We will see with an example. See here, I want to replace the banana with the black currant. Can I do that in the command prompt? I'm doing. Okay. So this list I am replacing with a black currant is equal to black currant. So if I place this list, what it will do? Instead of banana, it is coming as black currant. So in the list data type, what will happen? List data type, we can change the value. Okay. Next, loop through a list. For loop. For X in this list, print X means it will display like this. Vertically, it will be displayed. Okay. So next, check if a list item exists. We are checking if list item is existing or not. If apple in this list, it will be displayed like this. Get the length of the list. 1 0 1 2. Okay, this is 3 items we are having. Length is 3. Add an item at the end of the list. We can add, isn't it? We can change the items in the list. So we can add the items in the list, we can delete the items in the list. Okay? So we are adding append 0 orange, it will be appended at the end of the list. Okay, add an item at a specified index. So one index I want to add an orange. Instead of banana, orange will be coming and banana will be moved like this. Okay, and remove an item, we can remove the item also, we can change the size of the list, isn't it? We can remove the item banana, remove banana, it will be removed, apple cherry will be displayed. Okay, you want to see it in the practically if you want to see this, so I will show you that. This list, remove banana. Okay, print this list. Okay, then you can see the apple and cherry, banana is removed. Like that you need to practice. Remove the last item. If you want to remove the last item, this is the command we need to use, dot pop, it will be removed, last item will be removed. Empty the list. Okay, if you want to empty the list, we need to empty the list like this. Okay, these are all the operations, you need to perform on the list. Same wise, you need to practice the tuples also. Python tuples, in tuples it is fixed, isn't it? We cannot change the values, so that is the reason we don't have all the things. Here we got a lot of things. Change the value of the item, add an item at the end of the list, add an item at the specified list, remove the last item, remove an item. Okay, so whereas in the tuples it is immutable, isn't it? Tuple is immutable. Tuple is immutable, that is unchangeable. Now we cannot change the values in the tuple. In the tuple we cannot change, so we can just see some of the performance, some of the operations in this. And sets also, these are all the set operations. Okay, create a set, you need to practice at the command prompt, or at the, you can also practice at the IDLE. You can write all the programs at once and you can practice at IDLE. Just type the IDLE, it will be coming like this. You just type the program, complete program, file, new file. Okay, you need to just type this like this. This set is equal to, so what is the set? We are taking items inside the set, apple, comma, banana, comma, cherry. So print this set. Okay, I am saving this file, save. I am saving it as a, at the desktop I am saving it as a this set .py, and I am running this program, run module. Okay, so it will be displayed like this. So like this you need to practice this, all things you need to practice. Okay, so you need to practice all these data types, numbers data type, list data type, tuple, sets and dictionaries. Okay, you need to practice all these things. You need to practice all the data types function, data types functionalities. Okay, so numbers, what are the numbers? List, tuple, set and dictionary. So where you will be getting all these things, so just copy this thing. This is the link, I am providing it here also in the chart as well as here in the classroom. You can copy this link, so you can just copy this link. You need to practice all these things, then you will be getting a data types, how to use data types. how to use data types in Python. We'll be coming to know. So this is the link. This is the link. You need to practice this link. Okay. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me while writing while practicing all the times. So this is the input and this is the output. This area is the output area. This is the output. Okay. This is the input, and if you click on run, it will run this value. So if you want to add this here also, if you want to add something, you can add something here. I am adding something here, grapes. Okay, and if you click on run, it will be showing the output. Here also you can perform the output. Directly from here also you can see here. For loop, it will be coming like this. Okay, so you need to practice like this and come back to me. Okay, so tomorrow will be class, you will be having class at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow we will be having class at 10 a.m. We will be having class at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. No. 3 to 5 p.m. Okay, and day after tomorrow 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and evening 3 to 5 p.m. This is the class schedule. Tomorrow we'll be having at 3 to 5 a.m. 3 to 5 a.m. Okay, this is the class schedule we'll be having. You need to note. Okay, one class. We will be having 3 more classes. 3 more classes. Apart from this, we will be having 3 more classes. This is first class, and this is second, and this is fourth class. We will finish all the course. We will finish all the workshop. After this fourth class, we will be finishing all the workshop. So you need to practice this link. You need to practice this thing. I hope you understood how to do this. You need to click on that link. It will be coming like this, and go down. You can find the list data type, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. All those things you need to practice. Okay, take care, and we will see you. Take care. Bye. We will see you tomorrow. Okay, 3 to 5 p.m. You can ask me if you are getting any doubts. You can ask me at any time. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. You can ask me in the WhatsApp. You are always welcome to clarify your doubts. Okay, take care. Bye.